Welcome to Jag Fleming Artistry. In this video, I am pinstriping the largest pinstriping panel I've ever even seen. It's actually the deck plate for a semi-truck. I think we figured it out at being somewhere around 13 feet long. The deck plate that I'm working on there that's super long is for this truck. See right now it doesn't have a deck plate on it. I've already striped the truck. We're going to make a design that's based off of these and these and these. Almost forgot about these. There's two more plates in the paint shop too that are going on the end of this, so this isn't as long as it's going to be yet. Right now I'm up on the scaffolding and I am marking my centers. Okay, I do have on my microphone here. However, we're going to end up with background noise no matter what we do. We're in a big busy shop. I may not record a lot of audio with this just because of that. That's why I usually don't record audio here. But right now, I'm marking off what's going to be the outside edges of my design. I've got tape running for the center. I will mark a pencil line with all of that, and then I will come back, peel the tape, and be ready to get started striping, hopefully. So I'll mark 7 inches in, pull my tape down, and we are going all the way to the bottom. Mark my pencil line. I'm going to save a little tape by reusing this piece. Say a little tape, golly, it's got to be like 5 feet of tape. I don't remember how long they said this whole thing is. Might have been 18 feet. I don't remember. I am drawing this off just a little bit. The reason is I'm trying to make it match what I already done in the truck. So initially I'll draw some of this off, but as I get going, there's not really a point in drawing all of it off. It's going to be a lot of the same repeated shapes. I'm going to get that idea going for the first part here. I'm doing it real loose. I'll show you all in a second. It's not going to follow the line. I'm just getting the idea there. Just kind of going over some of the materials here. The pencil I was using to draw that off with is an Omnichrome pencil. You might have heard of Stabilo pencils. Kind of like that. These don't melt in the heat quite like a Stabilo does. You do want to work light with them and not grind into it so it's easy to remove later. On the paint side of things here, I am using one shot. Really part of it's because of the heat and how big I am working on this. I could get away with using urethane since it's going to be cleared over. It's super hot and they dry really quick, and to get on and off the scaffolding and all, I needed something that's not drying quite as fast. I am, however, adding a hardener to this. I'm adding the same hardener that the painter's using whenever he clears over it. That way we've got a little bit of a chemical bond there. Kind of keeps that one shot from getting burned, reactivated. When that happens, you'll know the paint looks like wrinkly and stuff after it's been cleared over, and that's something we don't want on this. Let's see, other than that, I'm reducing with one shot's high temp reducer. I'm using a King 13 brush on this. It's a brush made by Mac Brush Company. As you can see here, paletting a lot in between strokes in order to get it to work out right. Really having to palette that reducer in. At the top of the scaffold and all inside of this shop, it's very hot and very humid. It's kind of funny, sometimes you can see the straps and all that's holding this up. We took a staircase and strapped it to the side of that and then put the scaffolding in front of it so that I could work on this upright, not have to hunch over, knowing that it was going to take over a day in order to get it done. try not to kill your back. I will apologize for some of the audio in this video. I'm telling you, it is a very, very loud shop. I tried using a microphone, tried using headphones and stuff that have a microphone on them in order to block out some of that sound, but it's kind of just inevitable. So I am resorting to doing a lot of voiceover. But I'll probably pause sometimes on this with talking and just let you guys watch without making a whole lot of added chatter. Alright, after getting some painted on here, I didn't have my formula mixed quite right with my paint, so it was drying a little faster than I wanted it to. But I decided to go ahead and sketch this stuff out so I don't have to think about it while I'm painting. I can paint a little faster. Being this high up, the humidity level's a little higher up here, so I think that's messing with me. I think I'm going to do it in chunks. Alright, I started today off pretty early, and it's later in the day than I thought it would be. I always move slower than I think I will, but I'm going to call it a day, pick this back up tomorrow. Okay, I've got the next section sketched out there. I think I figured out where I don't have to move the scaffolding a whole lot. I can actually do what's left standing, so then I can bring it back. I've only got to move the scaffolding up like one more time. So I'm super excited about this job. I have seen other deck plates that have been pinstripe, but the ones that I've seen have either been like a series of pretty big pinstripe designs, or maybe some images and lettering and stuff. I haven't seen one yet where it's just one giant continuous design that looks like one design. And that's the goal of this one. If you guys have done something similar, something that is more like that, tell me about it in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. I think it's really cool.
There's a whole lot of line work.
Going all the way down. It's gonna be awesome.
That's a lot.
It is an awful lot.
And then a whole lot when you come back in there, huh?
What's that?
When you come back filling it in and stuff.
Oh yeah. 2 more colors.
You're gonna have hands cramped.
Probably my back more than my hands. Y'all don't have a whole lot in at the moment, it seems like.
We got plenty to do, but we've been overwhelmed for a while, so pushing shit to the side so we get the shop cleaned up, things like that.
I know it's been chaotic the past couple times I've been in.
It's been chaotic for months.
Yeah.
Since we did the whole fight for the show, you know, ever since we shut everything down and started getting ready for that Kentucky show, ever since it's just been non-stop.
That was a while back. Kentucky one was, what is that?
It was, we started shutting trucks down in January to get ready for it.
Show y'all something real quick if you don't already know it. There's a point when you're working where you need to clean your brush even though you're not done, just so it continues to perform like it should. I've already done that once this morning, about to do that again. But there also comes a point when it's hot and it's humid and you're working with hardener, that the paint just starts to turn to sludge, so it's time to make new paint. So we're there. Alright, so as I'm sitting here drawing this off, I figured I'd show you guys a little bit of my thinking process. Doing something this big, I'm trying to kind of pick themes. This backlighting I got reflecting on here is not helping much, but my centerpieces here are based off of the work that I did around the tail lights, or not tail lights, but the lights on the back of the sleeper, and then also the work that I did on the pillars. And see if I can talk and work here. Some of these other shapes, so I don't know if you can see where I'm coming up here like this, coming back and coming around again. That's based off of stuff that I already did. I don't always draw this stuff out, but kind of feeling the need to keep things organized. Picking these themes like this, I say themes, but these repeated shapes, to me, helps keep it unified so it looks like it belongs together. Repeated shapes in art, is rhythm and repetition. Hopefully it doesn't bore who's looking. So the other thing that I got that I've been repeating, I don't know how well you can see, is this closed shape that's going to be filled that comes out and turns on one end and spikes on the other. And I've got it again here. As soon as we're going it up, it's there. Keep going up. Oh, where's the next one? Yep, right there. All the way up. So it's about time to do another one of those on here, because we got one there, do one here. If that one came out like that, then I think the next one's going to curve out like that. So try to look and see. I don't think it would look good to do it there. Maybe we come down a little farther. Maybe the curved part matches this little angle. So if I'm curving like that, then I'm coming back over here like this. And maybe this one's going to spike in this way. No, because that's going to touch that, so we don't want that. Get rid of that. It's going to have to spike down this way. I don't think I want it to intersect this, because there's just a lot going on there. Or maybe intersecting it will help. Not bad. We'll roll with it. Years ago, I did a panel about 3 feet long, and I posted pictures of it on Facebook. And another pinstriper, Dwayne Conant, you might have heard of, he had commented back and said, it doesn't look like one pinstripe piece. It looks like 3 pinstripe pieces that are kind of like a totem. The whole time I've been working on this, I've had that in the back of my mind, that I want this to look like it is one cohesive piece from top to bottom. Alright, right now I am adding this third color, which is just a gray that's still going to stand out some, but kind of a halfway between that light gray and the black background. Not even half, like a quarter. This is the last of those 2 additional pieces that were added to that main part that we had stood up. Has to be wet sanded first. It's all going to get cleared, coated over again later. So I'm just using a Scotch pad with water, getting it prepped, and then marking out my lines and stuff just like I did to the rest of that. The piece above that shiny part there is this one. Finishing out the designs on it, and then finishing the design all the way down. I think it was like an additional 5 feet. Alright, the pinstriping is done on this, and now it's time to do this part. I wasn't going to show me doing straw paper transfer on this, because I've done it so many times on the channel, but I guess if you're new to this channel and you haven't seen it before, I have this drawn out on paper, put straw paper underneath it. When I push with the pen, it leaves my drawing on there. Finish this up, and I'll show you guys. Okay, I'm gonna pull this off, and there's my drawing ready to paint. Several of the trucks here at Hammond have received a little memorial like this on them. This is a family business. The 2 people that I work with most of the time are the son and grandson of Harry Hammond that this is a memorial to. Sometimes we put, when it was they established It would put slogans and stuff that he would have said on some of the vehicles. One of the ones we've done the most is, an honest day's work for an honest day's pay. A lot of times we'll do a little dozer on there because that's what he started the company with, was just the dozer, which this has. I think it's really cool. I really like, how they know their history of their business and they really honor, who it was that started it, and it kind of all goes back to that. Super great people to work for, and over the past year that I've been working for them, I really have come to become great friends with them. Really enjoy the time that I come out here and work at Hammond Excavation. In keeping with letting you guys know what materials and all I'm using here, I am using Tilly Quill brush again. I'm not really sure which size this was, probably like a 4 or somewhere around there. Using a smaller one, either a 1 or a 0 here to outline this with my red. That way it's a bold enough outline that it shows up. Actually using maroon one-shot paint for all the red on this here, which is a really slow drying paint, so I'm glad that I'm putting quite a bit of hardener in it because that actually speeds it up. Alright, it has taken a minute to do this, but the parts are heavy. Apologize for the headphones, but they actually cut out some of the noise if I record through this. It's noisy around here. Let me show you guys the finish on this. All of this here is before it's been clear coated over, so it is going to be nice and glossy and all. I don't know if that's going to happen while I'm here or if I get to see it, but wanted to show you guys the finished, just how it is. It's a long one. You can get an idea with it sitting like it is right now, how this thing's going to look when it sits on the truck, on the back. And hopefully that top part way up there is going to go up underneath the cab and look like it just keeps going. Was able to capture a little bit of footage after it got cleared when they've got it mocked up in here before finishing everything else up. So you get a little idea of how it's going to look. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Hit the like, subscribe, all that cool stuff. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, or if you have any tips or anything you want to share with other people. See y'all next time.